March 900 days of the year has passed. So we're going to do that tonight. It's always an honor to have the opportunity to share with you what's been accomplished over the past year and where we're going from here. So first, I'd like to say greetings and thanks to the citizens of Bryant for the privilege of serving you this past year. I'd also like to extend thank you to my husband and my family for their support and encouragement, the department directors and the wonderful staff who all are experts in their respective fields. I cannot thank you enough for the work that you do, and the other elected officials and city council. Thank you very much for serving your city. It seems my first term went by the speed of light, while at the same time it seemed like a lifetime. I recently took time to reflect on previous State of the City addresses, quarterly and other reports that document the successes realized, the trials and challenges we faced and overcome as a city, and the personal and community growth that has taken place since the citizens elected me to take the helm of the mayor's office in 2011. I am more humble than ever and grateful to you, voters, for entrusting me to a second term to lead as your mayor. The state of the city is strong. We continue to attract new businesses and developments. Each year we're seeing major public projects completed that are meaningful to our citizens, and we're improving as we grow. Saline Memorial Hospital just recently announced its new surgery campus and hospice care facility, along with other doctors' offices that will be built between the Water Tower and Ashley Furniture. This is going to be a beautiful campus. They're taking in there's a small lake, depending on how you look at it back there. There's the walking trails around. It'll be a really nice amenity to our community. So we're looking forward to that. Civitan has broken ground on their beautiful new multi-million-dollar facility near the heart of Bryant in our historic district. And one of our largest retailers, Everett Buick GMC, is expanding into a new multi-million-dollar facility. All of these, along with others that are coming, will create new jobs within our city limits. My commitment is to see the growth continue in a planned, controlled method that results in a Bryant that holds the values and assets that built us. This will take listening to the public on what is needed and, above all, planning how to grow responsibly while partnering with the citizens of Bryant to adequately invest in our future and realize these plans. The community's shared vision for our city was developed over time after holding multiple town hall meetings, listening to residents, getting input from staff, and reviewing hundreds of community assessments. Our shared vision for the city of Bryant is that the city of Bryant will be a model city, rated as one of the top smart growth cities in America. Other cities seeking to be healthy, vibrant communities will choose Bryant benchmark and model their efforts towards similar results. The mission of the current administration supports this vision, communicated and guides us as we continue to strive towards that vision. The city's mission is to embrace smart growth, serve with integrity, create open dialogue with our citizens, and conduct our government business efficiently. Smart growth will meet the needs of our citizens while honoring our past and creating sustainability for our future. My focus and commitment to you is to continue to move Bryant forward with intelligent planning and sound principles. Continue to put my whole mind and heart and work towards the work on the issues that are the most important to you. We must be solution-oriented, thinking outside of the box, how we can work smarter, spend less, and get more done. We will continue to provide and support dynamic staff that is instrumental in helping us achieve the city's goals. I cannot tell you how proud I am of our city's employees and how hard they work to serve you. They are excited about the vision laid forth. They're excited to work with the council, as am I. And the staff should always be given the credit they deserve for the fine service they provide to the city of Bryant. I will continue to make myself and staff accessible to the citizens. We will continue to expand our reach to you via social media and other means of technology. We desire to learn from you and your innovative ideas and suggestions. Your love, servitude, and appreciation for your city energizes us to continue to strive harder to serve you every day. So we welcome your engagement and your participation. We have come a long way in developing the means for our citizens to get involved in the process of involving the community volunteer programs, workshops, organizations, and special events. We will continue these efforts through Keeping Bryant Beautiful, the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, the Adopt a Street program, and many other organizations within our community. I'm committed to keeping my focus and energy working with everyone you elected to serve on your local government team. I'm extremely encouraged by the efforts of this City Council to set forth a positive agenda and focus your attention to accomplishing meaningful projects that will make a lifetime of positive difference in this community. At this time, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but on the video monitors, there's been information scrolling. You can read it probably a lot better from home. But it captures some of the top achievements that each department has done over the past year. I would encourage you all to take the time to read that at your own convenience. I've read it to you before. I'm not going to read it to you tonight. But I do want to recognize them. I first want to recognize Sherry Knight, Joy Black, and Chris Madison. Many of you have heard me candidly call this the tripod. Every decision that is made within the city somehow touches one of their departments. A mayor is certainly not an expert much of anything, but a good leader depends on having people around them that are experts and that can look at decisions that are being made, whether it touches HR, or touches legal, or touches finance, and give good advice. So I really want to recognize them and thank them for their efforts. And without their support, or when one of those links is weak, it affects every other department in the city. And I want to point that out right now. We went through some of that. We had some challenges within our finance department, and I want to point out 2 accomplishments tonight that are listed on there, but really highlight these 2 accomplishments. And one is working to set the finance department for the city of Bryant on solid ground. And the key to that is finding the right person to lead in that department. We had great employees in that department all along, but we didn't have a leader that was capable of leading the city at the point that we had grown to. We've doubled twice in the past 2 decades. And there were a lot of challenges that came with that growth, and we needed somebody that experienced that at a higher level, a larger level from the budget standpoint. And when we found Joy Black, she brought a lot of peace to the city. And I just want to thank her personally for your efforts and your leadership. And she is the hardest working female I've ever worked with in a long time. She challenges me every day. And I learned so much from her. The staff absolutely adores her. She holds all of our feet to the fire. She doesn't look very tough. Let me tell you, this woman is tough. And I'm making her blush, and I know she hates that, but she deserves the credit for how she's leading in the city of Bryant. And every single department is at the level, and we're very appreciative for you and your efforts. So thank you very much. And then moving on to the other department heads, Monty Ledbetter. Monty Ledbetter accomplishes so much within the public works department. He does the streets, the water, wastewater system, stormwater, and does a fantastic job. I mean, just really has great foresight of what needs to be done, plans for the future. When you're dealing with multi-million-dollar projects over 4 departments, you can't just decide today as to what you're going to do tomorrow. And he does an excellent job of that, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate his efforts towards that. Our public safety department, Chief Kaiser and Chief Jordan, these gentlemen do a fantastic job leading in their departments. They are very engaged in our community. We're very fortunate to live in a safe community, and they stay involved with the community. They both love the community very much. They take great care of the men and women who serve underneath them, and they make sure that the department has what it needs in order to best serve you. And I just appreciate both of them very much for their efforts. And they're always, all I have to do is pick up a phone and say, this organization has this going on and they'd like for you to be there. That is above and beyond what most fire and police departments give to their community. And I want to recognize the job that they do, that they're expected to do, but also the job that they do that is above and beyond. So thank you, gentlemen, both very much. It is an honor to serve alongside you. Planning department. Dave Green does an excellent job. He comes with years and years of experience in the planning department. We really appreciate his efforts. He really led out with the Jumpstart Planning Grant this past year. Many of you heard about that. We have zoning regulations and improvements that will create economic development and improve property values and ensure that Bryant has a center of place in the future. This is long-term planning. It took a lot of work and a lot of effort, and we'll be hearing more about the heart of Bryant and the efforts, the development that's going to be taking place there in the near future. Then we come to Brandon Green. There he is, slipping right in from his practice. Brandon is our comic relief, but he is also sharp as a tack. Sometimes the one that gives you the most immediate relief when you need it isn't quite as valuable as Brandon is. Let me just say that. But he's an incredible asset to our Parks Department. He's been with us for about 2.5 years, but he just recently took over as the Parks Director. We're very excited to have him. Brandon is an incredible grant writer. He's written and received over $250,000 in grants for the city of Bryant since he joined our team a few years ago. So, and he has great leadership skills. He is restructuring the Parks Department right now. They were a little bit top heavy. He had foresight on that, putting, more hands on deck so that we can perform better at the Parks Department. And he approaches everything with a business plan. And I like that because I think local government should be run like a business as much as possible. Tricia Power is our animal control director, and she runs a very tight ship. She is working very hard towards getting a dog park for the city of Bryant. We recently put together a committee, and you'll hear more about that over the next year. We're hoping to break ground on it this year. That's a very lofty goal, and that's exactly what it is, a goal. We're going to try. That's crap. I didn't leave anybody out there. And Greg Hubbs. Yes, I did. Greg is over code enforcement and assists with stormwater a lot as well, and permits, and he does an excellent job. Over the past few years, we've passed multiple, or probably more ordinances in his department, new ordinances the city has never had, and he has been able to enforce those ordinances with his department without any expansion at all, which is remarkable. Because when there's more to enforce, it takes more man hours, or you got to get more efficient to make a different job. And he's done an excellent job in that. Our city looks better, is cleaner than it's ever been before, and much of that credit goes to his department. He also works very closely with the county, and when there's a road out there that is over littered, he gets them out there and gets that clean, gets somebody out there to take care of that. He keeps his eyes on that for me and for all of you. I'm just really appreciative of him, and he's the department head that's been with the city longer than any other department head. And he is a wealth of information. If any of us have questions, we'll often go to him for those questions, even if it's not within his department, and he'll be able to come. He has great historical knowledge. So thank you for everything that you do. In 2012, we hosted the Bryant Livable Workshops. This year, we will do those again. There's some of the good things that came out of that. Some of the grants that I mentioned were a result of those plans that came out of that. So we'll be having the Bryant Livable Workshops. The purpose of those is to innovate and encourage more economic growth with citizen input, improve community health, image, and recycling, ideas on how we can improve about addressing connectivity challenges, and create specific programs for neighborhoods in order to improve their quality of life and improve their property values. So we're really going to be encouraging more and more people to get involved in those livability workshops this year. Those are tentatively scheduled for May 12th at 6:30. I will be asking that all of the city council members to join me in hosting those livability workshops. I've also invited the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council along with other organizations to join in. So please come out and get engaged and be a co-creator within your own community. I'm beyond grateful for the City Council for the positive efforts and willingness to work together as a team. It is an honor to serve alongside each and every one of you. I look forward to all that we will accomplish over the next 2 years with each of you. And I want to take a minute and point out that we also have one more thing, and point this out. We have, for the first time, baby boomers, Gen Xers, and our first 2 millennials have been elected to this local government team. I think this generational diversity gives Bryant a perfect combination to best represent our city. Never in the history of America has there been 2 generations with this much separation in age, making the greatest amount of impact by working together, as is predicted to be between the baby boomers and the young millennials. Think about that. These 2 generations are making history in cities all across America. When I travel on benchmarking trips or visiting with other cities and seeing how they're getting things done, there's one common denominator right now that really stands out, and it's how well those cities are working together. And it's how they're working well together. If you look at the demographics of the leaders, most of the time, you got the baby boomers on one side and the millennials on the other. And it's an exciting time to be in local government because of that. And these two generations, and I would just like to say, please join in no matter what generation you're in, work with us. It's an exciting time, and I'm thrilled to work along both sides of this generation that I'm in. My friends, we are all part of a great city we call Bryant. Historically and still today, we are passionate about growing and sustaining a great place for our future generations to call home and choose to raise their families. I would like to give recognition to the former mayors, elected officials, and citizens that call and offer advice, and most importantly, encouragement. Please continue to call and drop by City Hall anytime. Also want to thank again you for attending tonight or taking the time to log on to www.cityofbryant.com to listen to the 2015 State City Address in Bryant, Arkansas. Thank you and God bless. Like I said, we have a plethora of proclamations to give tonight. This shows how the fact that we're